Hello everyone, I am Ivy Corvus, and today I wanted to do just a really quick video answering a question I get a lot about chaos magic. And the question is, how do you actually do chaos magic? If you're brand new to my channel, I have a whole playlist dedicated to chaos magic on the homepage of my YouTube channel. So I've got videos discussing what chaos magic is, the 6 principles of chaos magic, some book recommendations. I talk about chaos magic and pop culture. I talk about sigils and servitors and so many other things. So if you are brand new, definitely go check out that playlist, because this is just going to be a really quick video responding to this particular question that I get a lot. So I always have a really hard time answering this question, and that's why I wanted to make a video about it today, because the question of how do you do chaos magic is always a difficult question to answer. And I want to explain this in the form of monotheism, polytheism, and pantheism. I think that would give a great example to the point that I'm trying to make over the course of this video. So let's talk about that. If you are unfamiliar, monotheism is the belief in one God. Polytheism is the belief in more than one God, multiple gods. And pantheism is this idea that the universe is God. So what this means is that I am God, you are God, the rocks and trees outside are God, cats and dogs are God, the universe is God energy, and that godlike energy is interspersed and interwoven within everything. So if a person were to ask, how do you do pantheism? It seems rather silly, right? It seems like a rather silly question to ask, how do you do pantheism? Because pantheism isn't really a practice. It's more of a belief system. It's a perspective on things. And let's take animism as an example as well, because I think that's another great example here. Animism is the belief that there is some sort of soul or some sort of energy within everything, within you and me, the plants outside, rocks, etc. Even inanimate objects have some sort of soul or some sort of energy to them. You'll see a lot of shamanic practices or some witchcraft practices having a very animistic viewpoint on things, as well as some more native indigenous practices viewing things from an animistic perspective as well. And if you were to ask an animist, how do you do animism? Again, it's a rather silly question, or it's difficult to explain that because it's not a practice, it's more of a belief system and a perspective. And so that is how I feel towards chaos magic as well. Chaos magic is not necessarily a practice, although there are some things that you totally could say, yes, I'm doing chaos magic right now. But chaos magic is more of a belief system. It's a perspective on how magic actually works. And that perspective from chaos magic is that your belief is the primary tool in your spell work to manifest what you want. Your belief in something being real makes it real. So I could walk outside right now, scoop up a handful of dirt, spit on it, and now this is magical dirt infused with my magical DNA because I say it is, and so it is, so mote it be. If you believe in it, that dirt actually does become magical dirt. And so you can apply chaos magic to anything. It's a certain style or flavor that you can add onto your existing magical practice. So if you are a eclectic witch, you can practice eclectic witchcraft from a chaos magic perspective. If you are a ceremonial magician, you can practice ceremonial magic from a chaos magic perspective. And it seems really easy, right? It seems easy. Well, okay, I'm just gonna go outside, scoop up some dirt, spit in it, and now this is magical dirt. It seems like a very, very easy practice, but the tricky part is, how do you actually get yourself to believe that that handful of dirt is magical? That's the trick. That's probably one of the hardest parts to master with chaos magic, and it is a continuing process with dissolving your ego. It involves paradigm jumping, and I've talked about paradigm jumping a little bit in some of my other chaos magic videos, so there's a lot more to it because it seems very simple at first because all you're doing is using your belief to manifest things, but sometimes it's actually a lot harder to get yourself to believe in something in the first place. So that is why I believe that paradigm jumping and working with your ego to dissolve those limitations is really important. And if we go back to the question, how do you actually do chaos magic? Again, we've kind of already established that it's more of a belief system or a perspective potentially on how magic works. But there are of course things like sigils, servitors. Those two things are very, very common within chaos magic. I think a lot of chaos magicians incorporate sigils or bind runes or servitors or some sort of magical entities into their magical practice. That seems to be some sort of commonality. But again, anything can be chaos magic if you are operating from the perspective that it's your belief that's powering that spell, and your belief in things makes those things real. So I hope that question clears it up a little bit. Again, chaos magic is so simple, yet so complex at the very same time. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in a video soon. Bye, everyone.